Hey y'all, welcome to Clock In with Lynn. I hope y'all can hear me. I did get a little feedback. A lot of people said that they could not hear me. So please, let me turn on the comments. Let me know if you cannot hear me. Very well. Guess I'm gonna have to get a mic, y'all. But I am so excited about our show today. I have women in successful, healthy marriages that have been married under 5 years. So yes, we talked to OGs yesterday. So we want to talk to the newlyweds and the people that fresh in the marriages and just see how it's going. They'll give us the tips that we need, ladies. So yes, I am super excited. So if you have any questions, like I said, anything that you want me to ask these young ladies, please type it in the comments. Make sure you go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Thank you all that have subscribed and have been supporting. I truly appreciate y'all. I'm so excited to have this platform to just empower women and, just to bring that love back, because I believe in love. Like I've always said, I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's pee in the pool. No, y'all peeing on y'allself. I believe that there are still some good men out there. There's no way you're gonna tell me all the men are bad. Okay, there's no way. And let me just say this too before my first guest jumps on here. I just want to say, I've been talking to some young ladies, and they're like, these men just cheating and they doing this. And I'm like, who they cheating with? Huh? Who are they cheating with? Women, right? So we stop doing all letting them cheat, and they want to talk about, oh, they dogs, these men dogs. Who they dogging with? They dogging with women. So stop, women. Why would you want to be with somebody else's man? That's crazy to me. Oh, she's here. I think I first guessed here, but we'll get back to that. So yes. So let me bring on my first guest.
Hey girl,
Hey girl, welcome. Why did hit something? Now I gotta
thank you.
I didn't hit
What?
I didn't hit something. I'm trying to girl, I didn't hit something. Now I gotta get it to go off my screen.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, I can hear
Okay.
you. Hey,
Okay,
Justin,
good.
pretty well
Hello, Lynn. I'm clocking in with Lynn. I'm clocking in.
So, y'all, this is my first guest for today, Jocelyn Pennywell
Yes.
Trim. This is my girl, honey. She has been married. How many years? 5? Not quite 5
Yeah,
years.
this year will be 5 years.
Come on,
Yes.
5 years.
Yeah.
Yes, she was on Tyra Banks' Top Model. What?
Yeah.
Season 13.
Season 11.
Season 11.
Mhm.
But yeah, she is a top model, honey. Yes. She is the supermodel.
thing.
Yes. So yes, so we are going to talk to her today about her
Looking
and
forward
her.
to it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
So you tell the people a little bit about yourself as well. Where you from?
Okay.
Uh-huh.
All righty. Well, hello, everybody. I'm Jocelyn Pennywell Trim, as Lynn has already announced. I am actually from Louisiana, a very quaint village called Lucky, Louisiana. Yes, it's a real place. And I moved here. I'm a Southern Belle, and I moved to California around 2010. I literally got in my car and just drove here after I did America's Next Top Model, and I've been here ever since. I am a real estate agent. So I'm helping more on the listing side, but I also help buyers as well. Absolutely love it. Market is hot right now, so I love every bit of it. And I'm a mother, so in this 5 years, me and my husband, we got married. We had our first daughter, that was our honeymoon baby. Then we had our son. We had our son 2 years later. So in 5 years, I became a wife and a mother. And it's been an amazing journey, and a realtor, all of that 5 years. So I've changed. My life has completely shifted. Yeah.
So crazy. So y'all, I was also a bridesmaid at her wedding as well. It was
Yes.
televised. It was beautiful.
You might can see it above my head. That is
Oh,
actually from our wedding.
yes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was absolutely amazing. So let's tell the people, how did you meet your husband? How did you meet your king?
Ooh, how did I meet my husband? Actually, I met him out and about. I went to a place in LA called The Parlor, and it was on Melrose. It's no longer open. Yeah, I literally I came out of the restroom and it was a woman in the restroom and she was like, "Oh my God, you're so pretty. Will you take a picture with me?" And I was like, "Okay, okay." So when we came out, my husband was standing there. He wasn't there before, but he was standing there when we came out of the restroom. And the woman said, "Oh my God, you're so tall. Will you take a picture with me too?" And my husband was like, what? So I grabbed his hand and I said, "She said, come take a picture with her." So needless to say, our very first picture together was with this woman that we have never seen.
That's crazy.
But we were together. We were together like 14 days straight after that when we met.
Wow. And how
Mhm.
long did y'all date before the engagement?
Well, we were together 2 years
Okay.
before 2 years before we got married. Um, and mind you, I was in my 30s when we met. I was in my 30s. So I was not about wasting time, very open with my husband about what it was that I wanted, what I was
Okay.
looking for. Because as you get older, you're not wasting time. When you're in your 20s, you're like, oh, let's see how we.
Right. Oh no. Oh, there you go.
That was not my bad. That was not what I was trying to do. I'm like, I know what I want, I know what I need. So I wasn't willing to, leave it unknown, kind of like, let's see how this flow. No, I'm getting too old. I want kids. Clock's ticking. Let's go.
That's
Yeah. So I told him what I wanted, and the ball was in his court, but everything just was effortless.
okay.
It was all effortless, and we lived together for 1 year.
Okay.
I really felt like that was important for us. After we dated for a whole year,
Okay.
I said, let's move in and see how we like being around each other, if we can,
Right.
stand being in the same,
Right.
bed with each other.
Yes. Right.
And
'Cause
yeah, so it was perfect because we just effortlessly wanted to be around each other and in each other's presence. So, and still to this day, I love it.
and I love it. I love it. I love it, girl. I love it. So when you met him, or when you guys
Mhm.
started dating, what's going on? Oh, is
I
that
don't know. It popped, but it's back. It's
probably
back.
somebody trying to call you? Yeah.
It was a voicemail. It was a voicemail.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when was the moment, or do you remember a moment when you were like, this feels like this is my person? Like you felt safe. You felt like, can you recall anything that when you just had that gut feeling like, this is my man?
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of had that gut feeling the moment I met him, like the first time
What? So
I
love at
know.
first sight?
I felt this very strong
Wow.
energy the moment I saw him.
Beautiful.
Now, not to say, I mean, that energy could have been wrong. It could have been. But I've only had that feeling once before in my entire life.
Okay.
And even that relationship was like 5 years long. So, and that was a young thing. So, you don't have it. I had no experience. I knew nothing about relationships. So I had that strong feeling. Now, if you asked him that question, he would probably give you a different answer. But for me, I felt that chemistry, that energy the moment I met him.
Mm,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. We've all heard that love at first sight, and I knew
Yeah.
when I saw him that he was the one. I'm like, child. So when I see people that really like had that experience, I think that's
Mhm.
amazing because you just know,
Yeah.
So let's talk about this. Let's talk about it. Okay, girl. So how was it from going from being independent, because
Hmm.
you did it all. You was
Yes.
modeling all over the world, doing your thing. How
Mhm.
was it? How was that transition going from being independent to going into being someone's wife? Which,
Um, I don't think going from being independent to a wife was this huge transition. I think the transition, the craziness happened for me when I became a mother.
okay.
Um, because I feel like me and my husband were on the same page when we met
Mm,
about our goals, and I must say he is the epitome of the man that I've always prayed for.
mm,
So
mm.
and some. So I'm a strong believer in putting out in the universe what it is that you want. I never asked God though to allow me to be a housewife, but I did tell my husband that I wanted the first 2 years of both of our kids' lives to be able to be with them before we have to introduce them to other people to keep them all the time and stuff like that.
Mm.
And my husband has done just that and has been an amazing provider and, and doing what he's supposed to do to make sure
Well, okay.
that I, as his wife, am very comfortable. But that has made me have to really be vulnerable. And that is something going from being independent that has really kind of affected me a lot, because not only have I changed because I became a mother, but I changed because I was always making money. I was always working a lot. And
Okay.
then all of a sudden, it's more about family and taking care of kids and taking care of my husband. And knowing that I have to rely on him to hold everything down when it comes to the finances.
Mhm.
That is what has kind of that has been a scary thing for me. I'm not gonna lie. It's been it's a little unsettling. And I think
Mm.
it's not, I mean, back in the day, the woman was like, oh, that's what your man's supposed to do. That's what you
Right,
but
right.
but I love that's what that's a good man will take care of his and his kids and his family. But it doesn't change an independent woman who has always had her own money, had her own things going on, her own, so it's been a huge shift. I've had to take a back seat for a little while with my career for my family. And it's
Mhm.
a sacrifice, but it's one that is beautiful and that I would never change.
Come on. I love
Yeah.
it. And you touched a little bit on the finances. And I
Hmm.
wanted to ask this in your household, do you
Yeah.
guys do like a joint bank account or do you guys have separate bank accounts?
We have separate bank accounts, but I have access to his. Yeah.
Okay.
Leon, I swear.
Wait, girl, you gotta have access.
No, but I told him.
I love it. And that's why I really wanted to talk to a lot of the women that are married in these
Yeah.
wonderful, wonderful relationships that I've seen myself. I
Mhm.
wanted to just see how people are handling finances because I think I spoke about this yesterday. My dad gave my mom his check. And so I know, but she was the one that was better with money.
Yeah.
If my daddy would have
Yeah.
got the check, we probably would have had no house.
No.
We probably would have had nothing. So
Mhm.
I love to hear these different dynamics of how people do handle like finances in their families. So, girl, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I handle his money like it's my money.
Okay.
So I take care. I mean,
And
my husband is
I know you're
one.
good with money too.
Yeah, I am. I had to survive here in LA, so I have a
Yeah.
choice because it's expensive to be in LA. But I handle his stuff just like it's my own. And
Okay.
he is such a giver. Like my husband loves to give, and he wants to give me these luxury things, and I'm quick to be like, um, you can give me these things when we have like house and and he's given me like, because he like, oh, let's go get you this expensive bracelet, and I'm like, that's a down payment on a house, let's go get this house, and we go get the house. Like I like stuff in order, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like I don't feel like you should have a luxury car and you live in an apartment but you wearing $2,000 shoes, carrying a $15,000 purse, have a $20,000 bracelet on your like. It's like, okay, your priorities are screwed.
Mhm.
And our thing is that we want to have wealth for our children
Come
as well,
on.
and that has always been my mindset as well. So I don't, I love luxury. I love, red bottoms hurt my feet, but I got a few.
They
But
hurt my feet too. They just look
they
cute in my
terrible.
closet.
That's it. You spend the whole night. You be sitting there trying to show the
Feet
red
just
bottoms,
so
spend the whole
burning.
night sitting.
I'm like, oh my God. Are they bleeding? Are my toes bleeding?
Terrible. What we spend money on, I swear.
No.
You like, but I prioritize money for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for what it needs to be used for.
Right. Yeah, that's amazing. What you got in your eye, Ja?
I have no idea.
Probably laughing and I'm
okay, it's gonna get there one sooner.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. How do you and Kipway work through like disagreements, challenges that you may have? Like how do you guys navigate that in the household?
Oh wow. I must say, when I first met my husband, I was one to be like, if I feel a certain way, this is what it is. I'm gonna walk away. I don't got time. It's my way, And I felt like I didn't really want to communicate it. It's just like, I'm mad.
Right.
This is what it is. How you gonna fix it? You know what I'm saying?
Read my mind.
But he taught me to like talk it through. He's like,
Okay.
babe, you ready to talk?
Okay.
And I've said no before.
Okay.
No, I'm not ready to talk. But then I learned how, I learned to communicate. He was like, okay, when you're ready to talk, we got to sit down and talk. And then not only that, I learned how to talk to him, because the way my family has always been is like the women kind of have this, and I have a loud voice. So it automatically is taken a certain way off top, even if it has a happy sound in a happy tone. People still take it wrong sometimes. So I have to watch that, because I can sound very mean, demanding, and I had to learn how to pull back and be more express myself, but in a way where it's respectful.
Yeah.
Because you don't want, and I feel so sorry for people that I hear have these bad fights where it's like, I want to hurt you more than you hurt me. I hate hearing that, because that has never been the way we argue.
Okay.
And for me, I've never been one to be like, "Oh, I'm about to go for the juggler. I'm about to go in." I've never been that person. It's always, I try to listen, and because you 9 times out of 10, you can't take back what you say when it's wrong.
Come on.
Once it's out there, you can't take it back. So,
and they won't forget.
No. They'll never, ever, ever. And my husband is very forgetful, but he tends to remember the stuff I really need him to forget. He forget. He's like, I don't remember that, but then, let it be something with me. He remember it all.
Now, you were just talking about communication, and I have this ABC rule. A, for attraction, got to be attracted before you even know.
Absolutely.
Like I said, you got to know if you're attracted. You got to be attracted to that person before you can get to the next step. Be balanced. And then C, communication. You just talked about that. Let's talk about balance. How do you balance being a mom, being a husband, being a mom, a wife, but still continuing to have Jocelyn time?
Ooh, yeah. The self-care, I'm still learning.
Okay.
The balance, I'm still figuring out.
Okay.
I feel like with each thing over the 5 years, it's like you trying to figure each one out. Okay, I'm married. Okay, but then a few months later, I'm pregnant. Now I'm trying to balance that because my job at that time was traveling a lot. So I knew once I had my child, that job was gone. Then the pandemic, then another child.
Mm.
Um, I still haven't found that balance.
Mm.
I'm not gonna lie. My kids are 2 and 4 now, and I'm still figuring it out. I just got them into preschool, which is
Okay.
allowing me now that I mean, of course, sometimes they get sick now a lot because of preschool, all the germs. So they're still home a lot, but I'm kind of learning to take that time for myself. But I'm so back to that independent. I'm so ready to start making sure that everything in my career is on path, in the path, in the going in the direction that I've set for myself and my goals. That I also have been getting caught up in that. So self-care,
Okay.
very important. When you have kids and you have a husband, sometimes it can feel like you're taking care of everybody. And it's so funny because in my house, I'm taking care of everybody physically, but my husband is taking care of everybody financially.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I feel like we have a great balance when it comes to that right now, but we want so much more that we're going to continue to have to balance because once I start working, that means he's going to have to take on certain roles with the kids more, maybe have to, help get them ready for bed, which he does already.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of this he helps every night. We read them a story and say our prayers with our kids together, so it's certain things that we make sure we already do that help keep us in a sane place.
Right.
But I feel like balance is going to take more time.
Okay.
And I feel like even once you find that balance, if you are goal oriented like me, you kind of create these goals for yourself. So it's like certain things could pop in and it may shift that balance just a little bit. It may not be extreme, but it may shift it to where you have to figure out how to get that balance back. And for me, I just don't find enough self-care time where I go and get massages, go get my nails done, go get my hair done. Those are things at some point I do want to make sure I incorporate into that balance at some point. Yeah.
Got it. But
I'm working on it, girl.
Okay, you. Like you still, it's new. Like I say anything under 10 years, you try to just find your way, trying to figure it out. And you are doing an amazing job.
Yeah, but I don't know if I ever have that balance for myself until my kids are going to college, girl. And maybe not even because your kids start getting into extracurricular activities as they get older.
Right.
And okay, now your schedule has to also reflect on the things that they go do. So it's like, dang, when do I find the time? And it's gonna only get crazier.
Right.
Yeah.
With you saying like finding the time with that, when do you how do you guys maintain like your connection, your y'all grown time? Like how y'all do this? How y'all do that?
Girl,
how you keep the spice going?
One of the best choices we made deciding to be parents was that we will make sure our kids sleep in their own beds. This has been a lifesaver. It feels so good for me to crawl into bed with my husband at night and be cuddled by him when all I've done is cuddled babies all day. Y'all, it's the best thing. And I tell so many moms this, and they all get caught up in letting the baby stay in the bed. It's the worst thing you can do. It's the worst thing. Put them in their bed. You got all day to cuddle with them. Put them in their bed. And my daughter now, she every morning, like clockwork, every morning, her little butt coming in and getting to bed. Every morning. So if anything has to happen, we have to lock the door before she gets there.
Not lock the door before she gets there.
Oh, we have to lock it. We got to lock it. And if you don't lock it, you done made a mistake. like, but we can kind of hear her little door open. 'Cause
Uh-huh.
she opens her door and she closes it back before she comes to our room. So it's a giveaway, but girl, that's the best choice we made. And if
That's
I could give
wonderful.
any new parents advice, it would be that. Train your kids to sleep in their own beds by themselves. It will save your marriage.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
You better drop that gem. That is beautiful because
Telling you.
I hear a lot of people having their kids sleep with them. I have a lot of girlfriends. Yeah, a lot.
And they husbands, I guarantee you, they husbands not happy.
Come on.
They not happy. They might act like it,
right,
but they not getting what they want as far as like that attention. I mean, and the woman too.
Right.
Because think about it. We first of all, it started with the parents, but we as female and you want that connection. You want that sexual energy, even if it's just being held and rubbed with your head or shoulder, whatever, booty being rubbed, whatever. You just love that. You need that. And if you don't get that attention because you're sitting there allowing, and your baby, I mean, I've always told my husband, because we go out to parties, we do parties because we have a company called LA Line. And we always say we don't let anybody get between us. But the only people who have the ability to get between us is our own kids. And that's because we're one unit. But you don't let people come between what you have going. But I'm telling you, you have to find that time for each other. I have literally sat down with other couples and the husbands are like, this is some BS. My wife always with the kids, blah, blah, blah. They mad. They feel like they ain't getting none. And they look like they on the verge of cheating.
Come on.
And then the wives be over there just crying because they don't know how to adjust because they like, I'm just trying to be a good parent.
Mm-hmm.
But you lost how to be a good wife too. And the relationship started with y'all. It didn't start with the kids and then y'all came in.
Right.
It was y'all first. So you have to make sure you continue to nurture that.
Right. And I love it. You had mentioned like y'all have LA Lime, the throwing the parties, and I'm glad to see. How do you deal with when y'all at these parties? Because y'all both a good looking couple. When y'all walk in the room, everybody in the room looking like, wait, what? So how do you deal with these little scragglies if they try to step up or be disrespectful to you and your man?
The way I deal with it is I trust my husband. That's number one. I trust him. I trust his choices. And I'm open. If there is a female that walks into our space and I don't like the way she's handling herself in the space, I let him know. And I have had to let him know about females that have been disrespectful. But it's funny because me being from the South, I'm a hugger. So sometimes he'll even be like,
you hugging too much? You doing a little too much?
Why you hugging now? Don't hold in that hug. Don't rest in that hug. So it's like we both
too long.
Yeah, we both had to grow into that, because we did as older, we were both in our 30s. We came into this, saying, okay, we, got our own set, our own ways, but at the same time, we respect each other enough to say, I don't like the way that person, and immediately it don't matter, even if whatever's going on. If I don't trust something, I let my husband know. Like if a woman walked through it, I'm like, I don't trust. But y'all, let's be realistic. Like you just said, Lynn, we're attractive individuals. It's a lot of people gonna see us and want us. It's, I mean, and it's not to say even in our relationship, we don't see somebody and be like, hey, they kind of cute or they kind of fine. It's normal. It's like animalistic. It's what it is. But as long as we communicate with each other and make sure that no lines are crossed, that's the thing. If I feel uncomfortable with something, he will know. And my husband loves to come up with a solution to every problem. Therefore, if I say I don't like her, then the solution is, all right, baby, well, we don't know her. Moving on. That's how it is.
I love it. I
Yeah.
absolutely love it. Okay.
We have to work together, because it's the
Mhm.
same way. If a man comes into my space and he being disrespectful to my husband, I make it known. Now, I mean, even when it's happened before, I kind of have to wait until we leave because I know my husband may go. I'm like, yeah, that happened, babe. Oh, I wish you would have told me when it happened. Yeah, but no. But I make sure I communicate those things to him because it's important. It's
Mhm.
important because a lot of people don't have your best interest at heart.
Right.
And it's a lot of single people in the world too. So, it's going to be some people who are envious or haters or whatever. And they will try to throw, negativity on what you have. So that's why it's important for you as a couple to hold each other accountable for communicating and expressing how you feel and what you need and what you want so that it can stay strong and healthy and happy.
Mhm.
Because it's still, once you decide to be married, that's a partnership. So it's
Mhm.
not just about the sex and the love it's about more than that. It's
Right.
about y'all being able to build something together and be stable and happy and and be on the same page with your goals as well.
Right. And I've been around y'all forever, and I
Mhm.
just love. I see Girl Trim don't play about his Joss one, honey. I love it. I mean, you don't play no games, baby. The games are not played with Mr.
No, that's my baby.
I love it. I was just like, child, you got you one, girl, and he got him
He-
one too. Yeah,
yes, we have each
right.
other.
Y'all are amazing.
Oh,
So, what
thank you.
advice would you give to these single women that are considering being married? And a lot of them want to be married. Yesterday, they want to be married.
Mhm.
Today, like, what is something or one tip that you would give them on being married, like what it comes with?
See, everyone, I mean, it has to be something you want. Because, I mean, I have met some women who are successful and marriage is not something that they even care about because they have their own level of success.
Mhm.
And they're like, you know what, I don't, I don't care about the marriage part. But for those women who do, like I said, marriage is a partnership. So take that vow very seriously and enter that partnership with someone who you know that you can grow and establish whatever it is that you desire with that person.
Mhm.
um Not to say, I mean, and I feel like, because I don't feel like anybody should get married before 30, my
I
personal
agree. I
opinion.
only want to help
Yeah.
people, even in the business that I'm starting. It's
Hmm.
30 and up. I don't
Yeah.
believe 20-year-olds. You don't know who you are. You don't know what's going
You
on.
don't.
You
You
don't.
don't.
And I can't expect a 20-year-old man. Maybe a woman might could do it, but a 20-something-year-old man, he ain't gonna be with that one little thing for the rest of his life. And now we
Mhm.
living longer too. I said, y'all stop playing with these kids like that. These kids cannot be with one person in their
No.
20s. It's not going to
No.
happen. I don't
No.
care. I don't care if you came from the best family, you had the best
Yeah.
morals, the best
Don't do it.
values.
Don't
It's
do it.
not gonna happen,
Don't
people.
do it.
It's not gonna happen.
And it's beautiful, And I say, okay, maybe if you 29 and you thinking, but you got to be up in those 20s. And I feel like, and
I mean,
the reason I say that is like you said, Lynn, you know yourself a lot better too. You know what you want. You've explored life. Now, I mean, I know a couple that, his wife was his first and they met in college and they've been together forever and they are in love and they're a happy couple with a big family, like 4 kids. They happy, you know what I'm saying? So I've seen this happen, trust me. But it's still
a
it's a
small
dime a
percentage.
dozen. Yeah. It's
And like I
very,
said,
very few.
I believe there are some that it has
Uh-huh.
happened. But
It
I'm
is.
just saying now it's more temptation. It's a lot of other stuff going on right now. And not to say, even if you're with them in your 20s, I mean, if he your soulmate or she your soulmate, y'all gonna get back together. Y'all gonna
Yeah.
get it all out. Like I actually want a man that get it all out. Get it out.
Mhm.
So come
But
over
see,
here. with all
some people, it's not even a sexual thing. Because even for some people, it could be like if you like to go out all the time,
that. Right.
your woman may not like you going out all the time. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in a relationship, you need to get that out then. You
All
need
of
to
it.
go get your going, because it's not saying he out having sex or being promiscuous or whatever. It's just saying that's what they like, but your significant other don't. Then that means that y'all not really on the same page. And that was something I had actually kind of worried about, because my husband likes to go out, which is why, he started LA Lime, because he's like, well, let me at least make some money off of it. So I applaud him for that.
I think your husband on here. Is he
He
here?
liked
Like, what you up to?
it. He do.
I think that's it. He like, I gotta see what's going on.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. I applaud him because he figured out he liked to go out, so he figured out how to make money. And now I'm like, okay, baby, see,
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, it has been.
love you, baby. If you watch it, I
You
love
watching?
you.
I see him. Oh my God. This has been absolutely amazing. You know, I
Yes.
love you to death.
I
Is
do.
there anything that you're working on or want to promote or anything to let these people know? Or because I think I've asked you everything I needed to ask you, girl. You didn't, honey. You have given some girl the knowledge that these ladies need to know, child. But
Well,
I love
good,
it. I
good.
love it.
I
But
hope that I have been able to give my 2 cents. And at the end of the day, everybody's journey is their own journey. So however you
absolutely.
handle your relationship, handle your life, it's going to be your way, and that's good.
Right,
I can just say what has worked for me, but that doesn't mean it's going to work for other people.
right.
Except the baby thing. I'm telling y'all that works.
No, I think
Except to
that is
put
the
your baby in their
best
bed. Now
advice.
that,
This is the best advice because I'm telling you, I've heard that being a problem.
girl, it's a huge problem for so many moms that, yeah, and I'm a part of a mom group, and so it's a lot of moms experiencing that. So I'm telling y'all, put them babies in their
He
own
out here
bed.
talking about I love you. He love his baby.
Oh, keeps me blushing. My baby.
And I celebrate Black love. I love you guys. You guys, y'all my
Love
power
you.
couple. I tell y'all that all the time.
Yeah, you do.
Like y'all doing it. Y'all doing it. I love you.
We are blessed. We are blessed, highly favored. I give all praises to God. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. I just feel all of this light and love that shines on us. So I'm grateful. I
That's
can't.
beautiful.
No complaints. No complaints.
That's beautiful.
And even if I did have them, I would talk to my husband about it. That's who I go to. I go to him about it. So I'm good.
Oh my
But
God.
yeah, we also have a nonprofit as well. So
Okay.
we have a nonprofit called Dream Chaser International Foundation,
Okay.
and we mostly focus on youth and mentorship, disadvantaged communities, going in for to help disadvantaged communities by providing tutoring, mentorship, scholarships. And we have like companies that provide shoes and things like that. So we just love trying to give back to youth.
And where can
Yeah, so check them out.
if someone wants to reach out, donate, where can they find you guys?
Okay, so if you will, and we're looking for investors, we're looking for donations of any sort. You can go to dcifoundation.org. Or you can find us on Instagram at DCI Foundation. And DCI stands for Dream Chaser International.
Okay.
And then you all can also find me at Jocelyn Pennywell on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
Okay.
I'm working on my TikTok. I'm on TikTok, but I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm gonna figure it out. Don't worry. I'm on that, girl.
Oh my
But I found out, like, the reason I'm on there, I found out you can find so much stuff on there. Like you can
You
find
can.
careers, stuff about jobs, stuff about grants, stuff about business. So that's why I love TikTok. I'm on there mostly doing research more
Nice.
than anything. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Um, yeah, and then LA Lime, you guys, if you want to meet us in person, come celebrate with us sometimes and meet people. That's what LA Lime is all about. So visit l.a.lime. That's our Instagram. And check us out. We always put our events on there. We
They're
normally have
amazing.
about one, at least one a month. So next month will be in February will be our next event. So I hope to see you all there. Yeah.
And they are so much fun, so much networking, just
Yeah.
amazing, amazing,
It's a
amazing.
good time.
LA Line, yes. So
Mhm.
thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Jocelyn.
You're welcome.
Honey, for
Thank you
just
for having me.
thank you so much. I love you so much. I wish you and your family well. And honey, I'm gonna be,
Thank
you know, I'm
you.
gonna be talking to you, girl.
I
I
know,
love
girl.
you.
I know.
I love you so much, and have
Love
a
you.
beautiful weekend.
Thank you. Mwah. Bye, everybody.
Hey, y'all. So I hope you enjoyed that. We do have another housewife coming home. So listen. Oh, she's not going to be on to another like 15 minutes. So please, 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 I'm about to go through the comments. Let me know if there's any other questions that I'm missing that I need to add to the topics. That was beautiful. Thank you, Jocelyn. That's our girl, honey. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful, beautiful couple. They're one of my favorite couples. I'm bringing all of my people on here that I know they power couples, honey. Okay? Power couples. Child. I really need to learn how to work this stuff now. So I can't figure out how to. Oh, there we go. Ha ha ha. Oh, that was Kipway talking to his wife. I'm just here. He's so silly. That's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to figure out how to go down. Let's see here. I just don't. It says learn more. I promise y'all, I'm gonna get this some way, somehow. Some way, somehow. Hey, Krista. Hey, Krista. She's actually a friend of. That's how I actually met Jocelyn. Is from Krista Casey Curves from Little Rock. I met Jocelyn through her. So, hey, girl. I don't see anything. I guess y'all don't have no questions, honey. I'm trying to, y'all need to have these questions. So these people, they have the knowledge. They are living the life that y'all want to have, right? So ask questions and you getting this knowledge for free, child. Let's see here. Oh, let's see what. First, that's Krista. I want to see what she said. Ha ha ha. Oh, that's funny. All right. I just wanted to make sure that I did not miss any comments or any questions. Please, guys, if you have any questions, any comments, please put it in the chat and I will ask these beautiful, balding women. I would have the next guest on in 15 minutes, honey. And she's only been married a year, so I did want to get a perspective of someone that's just newly married. And let's just see how that first year was going. How is that first year going? Okay. Okay. Shout out to Tammy girl to get this hair together. Hey Tammy. I don't even know if she on Facebook. But Tammy got this hair all the way together, baby. Y'all see? And Clarice got this makeup together today. Well, she did my brows. I did my makeup. It's looking good, y'all. I'm trying to. Y'all know I used to be a little fake makeup artist back in the day. So I kind of can get it together. I can pull it together if need be. So it's Friday. What's going on for Friday, y'all? Where the party at? Where the party at? Where the party at? Where the party? I don't even want to party. I don't got time for the party unless it's a LA Line party. But other than that, I don't got time. Nope. Y'all ain't get me out here in these streets. No, the streets ain't safe. The streets ain't safe. Y'all like my shirt? It's kind of giving, right? Y'all know I like bright colors. I love that little melanin skin just pop out. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing like that melanin skin, child. We come in all shades, honey. All shades of beauty. Who can say that? We come in all shades of beauty. All shades of beauty. Okay? Y'all better know something. Talk to me, guys. We have 10 minutes to talk. Unless I just turn a little camera off. I keep it on, child. Oh, Lord. I ain't even plugged up the computer. Gotta plug it up to make sure we looking. Girl, I'm so glad I realized that, because had I let that not be plugged up, y'all could have lost me during the show. Let's see here. Thank you. So listen, let's talk. I'm trying to get to my 100 subscribers on YouTube. So if you have not went to YouTube and subscribed to my channel, what's going on with you? Huh? What's the problem? What's the problem? It shouldn't be one. I don't got no problem with you. Okay? So go subscribe, share, like your girl page. Clock in with Lynn. Okay? All right? Can you do that? If you don't do nothing else today, and if you do it, DM me, let me know you did it, child. If you are, I like these little earrings. I did it today. Child, you know, some days you just don't even try, but it turns out right, huh? It turns out right. Girl, this hair. I wish Tammy was on here, y'all, because y'all need to know who did this hair, baby. I don't know. Child, I wish I could let y'all know, because y'all know. Girl, look at this. Child. Honey. Child. Maybe that girl puts it together. Yes, ma'am, Pam. Child, I was wearing my natural hair for like a week, child. I almost passed out. I was like, ooh, that's a lot of work. Even though I did find a good product that had me just combing out that afro, child. It was a real good product. But I'm not going to say their name because I need them to send me some coin before I mention who they are. But they are bomb, though. If you got that 4C hair, child, it was the bomb. It was the bomb. I could sing to y'all for like 10 minutes. Love No, I don't want to see that. Let me see. Anybody want to play a game? You can play a game. I don't know what game we can really play though. There's got to be somebody out here that want to chit chat. I don't know how to use my comments. It just highlights what y'all saying. Just weird. Yeah. All right. I may have to jump off and then come back on. Let's take a intermission. Let's take a intermission. Let's take an intermission. Let's take an intermission. Let's take an intermission. Yes. I'm going to give me some water, child, so we can keep this in my throat moist. Well, I can be asking the questions that I need to ask. And I can get it all out and not sound out like this and all like that, you know? So I'm going to take a quick little break. Okay, break. Don't judge my break. Okay? So let's see. Let's see how this works. Yikes. Oh, wait. Let's see. I'm about to push something. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm scared because I don't know. Should I just walk away and come back? Or should I press remove and come back? I really don't want to mess up that. Child. Oh, this bracelet cute, ain't it? Child. The royalty is royal ing. Okay. The royalty is royal ing. Okay. All right now. Drop it to the flow. 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 Oh, I see some of y'all went and subscribed to the channel, YouTube. Let's go, people. I promise y'all I'm going to have some good stuff for you. Good stuff for you. Good stuff for you. Hey. You can go to the YouTube now and look at the shows from yesterday and the past weeks. Make sure you're liking them, sharing them. At least just like them if you don't want to do nothing else. Now, that finger can push like, child. Now, if you can't do that, child. Now, if you can't do that, I don't ask for much. I'm pretty easy. Just a little quick little tap. Like, move on about your day. You just move on about your day. All right. Let me see. I see a few of you going and subscribing. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all better support. Y'all better support. Y'all better support. Amen. Child. Clock in with Lynn. Clock in with Lynn. The 10. Hey. You know when you can just party with yourself, girl. When you comfortable with yourself, child, child, child. When you're comfortable with yourself, honey. When you're comfortable with yourself, honey. That's right. So, I did mention next week. Well, it's going to be probably throughout February. I'm going to be talking to some real ones, some men next week. Child, when I say, if y'all ain't ready, you better get ready. Because we coming. Nothing ain't off limits. Nothing ain't off limits. All right. Ciao. It's going to be good. In honor of Black History Month, I want to talk to Black men, honoring our Black men. So, yeah. We're going to have a time in February, honey. They gave us the shortest month, right? So I got a short period of time to get a lot of things done. But it's going to happen. It's going to happen, Captain. Let me see something. Since I'm doing all this tech stuff. Child, when I'm done with this, I'm going to be like, I'm going to start a tech company. Mm-hmm. Don't try it. Don't buy it. The girl is getting good, child. I'm trying to see if I can see myself. Oh. I said, oh. Let me look. I said, oh. Let me look. I said, oh. Let me look. I said, oh. Ha ha ha. Yes, ma'am, Pam. We got to take a quick little break, y'all, until I return in like 2-3 minutes. And then we're going to be ready for the second half of the show. Ow. So get ready. Go get you some water, take you a little break, get a little snack, whatever you got to do. We'll be right back. Hang it. I'm back. Wait a minute. Hold it. I think we ready, y'all. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for guest number 2 for today, honey? Let me just tell y'all something. Let me just, you know what? Let me just add her. Let me just add her. I'm gonna let her tell y'all about her. Okay, let's go. Thank you. Can you hear
Okay, let's see.
me? Girl, you like me? We tech challenged. Q, you hear me now?
I can-
Oh Lordy. Hold on. Let me see if it's something on my end. Hold on. 1 second, my love. What does that mean? Do you want? Not now. Hold on. Can you hear me now? I can't hear you at all now. Shoot. Child. God gave me a lot of gifts, but he didn't give me this. He did not give me how to figure out all this, child. Can you hit your sound thing? Huh? I hear something now. No. Shoot. You think you want to try to go off and come back? I can't hear you. I learned sign language when I was young. I can kind of read your lips.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I'm like, girl, I can read sign language. I mean, I can read lips because I used to do sign language back in the day, child. Hey, Hey. So yes, y'all. I already told y'all I was only bringing on the ladies, the boss ladies. So this is my girl, Cornise. Introduce yourself, girl. You know, I know you tell the people who you are, what you do, girl, where you from, child. Just give a little piece of you, girl.
Okay, look, first of all, I'm from Oklahoma City originally, and I've been living in California for 20 years. And let's see, I was in journalism after college, did that. A little bit of broadcasting, switched to business. And so I've been in corporate America for 20 years. And now I'm an entrepreneur. I work for myself for the last 3 years.
I love it, honey. So let's just get to it.
Let's do it. Look, I got a lot to say. Okay.
So what I said before, and I said this in the intro, I'm talking to women that have been in marriages for 5 years or less, and
Okay.
you've been married for
1 year.
1 year. How long were you guys together before he did the proposal?
We were together for 4 years before he did the proposal. We've been together for almost 8 years.
Oh, okay.
But so because of COVID, we couldn't get married.
Right. I remember that. So just give us a little bit of how that 1 year has been going from, because I know that girlfriend Lynn is different from wifey Lynn. Mm-hmm. Me being married before, I know I'm two different people. So give us just a kind of an idea of the difference or the year experience that you had as being and becoming a wife.
You know, there's really no difference for me in my experience. The only difference for me is that I cook a little bit more.
Okay.
That's really about it.
That's beautiful. Because I've heard people that say when they've dated, I know you probably heard this, when they dated and being married was a little bit different. Because I know in my marriage, my husband, he wanted me to change the way I dressed from girlfriend to wifey, but that's a whole nother story. But about back to you.
Yeah, he didn't really require much change in me. I mean, he didn't require, first of all, he didn't require any change.
Beautiful.
So I was really like blessed in that sense. Like I still dress the way I want to dress, act the way I want to act, all in
Mm,
modesty, I've never been like really out there. So he
mhm,
doesn't really have to reel me in because I've never been that girl.
mhm,
So yeah, the only difference is that I cook more because when he met me, I ate out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we
mhm.
still eat out for at least one meal a day for the past 8 years. And
Okay.
I cook probably out of a month, I probably cook like half the time.
Uh-huh. So how did you meet him, Q?
Oh my gosh, I love my story. Okay, so I was living in Orange County at the time, and he was living in LA. And so I just happened to be, I remember like it was yesterday, honestly. I happened to be coming out of the dealership from getting an oil change, and I was at the light at Redondo Beach Boulevard and Western. So I'm at the light, and this guy pulls up next to me. Well, he tells me that he did a U-turn and he pulled up next to me because I saw him pull up next to me. And so you know how when somebody pulls up next to you, you look in your peripheral vision and like to see, like who's next to you. Sometimes I do that. So I looked to the side of me and I was like, he's kind of cute. I wasn't thinking nothing because the old me, Quinice, is like, I'm not talking to nobody, So I was like, but the new me was like, Q, you gotta be open. You gotta be open. So I looked, I was like, okay, he's kind of cute. He had his top down. So, I saw more of him than he saw of me. And so then he told himself, if this girl looks at me one more time, I'm going to try to holler. So I looked over there again and he asked me for my number. And I was like, I don't give my number out, but you can follow me. Girl, it had to be God because I was like in LA, and I was like, what am I talking about? So I was like, you can follow me. Girl, I had him follow me for like 3 miles to a safe area. So he held up traffic, girl, followed me because I was in the turning lane about to turn left and he was supposed to go straight. So he's holding up traffic to get behind me. And so he followed me for like 2 or 3 miles to a safe place. So we're in Albertsons parking lot where it's, a lot of people around, businesses around. And so I stopped. We talked for like 2 hours in the parking lot.
Oh,
1 hour outside. He was outside his car and it was March. So it was kind of warm. And so he was outside of his car, a little bit of a distance. I'm in my car in the AC, girl. So he's talking to me an hour outside of his car. And then I felt comfortable enough to let him come inside my car. So another hour, we talked inside my car. So we talked for 2 hours in the parking lot. And then after that, I felt comfortable with him because we talked about a lot of different things. And I felt like I've known him for a while. So after that, he was like, hey, you want to take a ride? I had no plans, I have no kids either. So I was like, my day is my day. So I'm like, sure, let's go for lunch. Because he was like, you haven't ate, I haven't ate, let's go to lunch. So we got in his car. We left my car in the parking lot. We got in his car. And then he drove to Hermosa Beach Pier. So we're at the pier in Hermosa Beach. We're walking around. It was really cute walking around. We ate lunch and then we go back to his car. And so he goes in for a kiss. And I'm like, I don't even know you like that. Like, I'm like, don't be going in for no kiss. So he was really slick with it, all sly and stuff. And I was like, okay, I see you making a move. And so, yeah, we ended up spending the rest of the day together, girl. It was crazy. We got together at noon. I met him at noon. We spent the whole day together. After that, we went to get my nails and toes done because that was my day. I was going to get my car serviced, get my nails and toes done. And after that, I was going to go back home. Well, we ended up spending the whole day together till like 10 o'clock at night.
wow.
Yeah. So that was my first time meeting him and my first date.
So would you consider that was it love at first sight, or you just was kind of like, I know I feel something? Because for you to let him in your car,
girl,
for you to just give him your time, because like you said, your day is your day. I'm the same way, girl. We don't got no kids, our day is our day, right?
Exactly.
So I know how we are with our time. So do you feel like you felt like you had to feel safe with him, or what would you?
I felt really safe. It was crazy because the Lord was definitely with me when I tell you this, because, you really got to be careful. You don't know who you're going to meet or run into. Right. And so I really felt safe. So, and I put my trust in him because he made me feel comfortable and safe when we were talking for 2 hours. Okay. So yeah, it was definitely a connection there. I definitely felt a connection, and I was smitten. Don't get me wrong, because nobody has ever really gone out of their way like that for me. I mean, I've dated some really nice guys, but this one was different, and I can tell from the first day I met him because his intentions were there. And I was like, because I've met some, and see, that day I realized there's grown boys and then there's men. So I was like, you know what? I've dated some grown boys in my life, honey. And when I met this man, I was like, yeah, this is probably going to be the one. This is probably going to be the one. But he knew from the day he met me, because girl, why did he tell me you're going to be my wife?
Wow.
I was like, what? You don't even know me like that. Like, who says that?
Wow.
So girl, yes.
I love it. I love it.
I'm his wife.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So, what qualities do you think? I know you guys were together for 8 years, but what qualities do you think you have to have, or what is important to be in a marriage?
I think for me, and this is my opinion, and I think it goes a long ways, is patience.
Okay.
Because when I tell you, the whole time I was single, I was asking God for patience.
Okay.
I do not have patience for people. And so he brought me a man that I had to have patience for because this one right here, girl, Thursdays I be want to wring his neck. Okay, when I tell you. And I was like, but you know what? I've gained so much more patience with him. And I was like, you know what? The Lord was being funny with me because he is the patience. I got a lot of patience now when I tell you, but I had no patience before. Family, no patience, girl. I would be like, I'm good. Like, but I had no patience for nobody.
Wow. That's crazy.
So patience, I would say patience for marriage.
Okay.
I would say, communication. Like I have a degree in communication. So communication is number one in a marriage because you got people coming from two different backgrounds and trying to come together, raised differently, come from different states where morals and values are different. So, he was born and raised in LA. So, and I'm from the Midwest. So we value more, morals and values. That's more important to us. So, communication is big. And I'm the type of person that if we don't communicate, we're not going to get this resolved because I'm very relaxed when it comes to relationships now. I'm very patient with people. So if we talk about it right then, whatever the issue is, I'm good. Like I hold no grudges. Like I'm really easygoing. So if we talk about it, it's like it rolls off it's like it didn't even happen for me. Like, cause I'm good. Like I'm ready to go. Let's go. What are we doing?
Right.
I'm not sitting there festering. I'm not mad. Like, no.
So yeah, that's so funny that you said it because I have the ABC rules. A, being attracted. You said you were already attracted to him from day one. B, being balanced, and C, being communication. You said that you guys, you do your communication thing. How do you balance being a wife but still? Let me see how to say this. Still having time for Quinice. How do you do that? How do you keep it balanced? Like having your time.
It's very important that you remain yourself too.
Okay.
In a marriage, because you can get caught up in each other. And for me, him and I, we spend a lot of time together. I mean, literally, we spend hours together every day. Like I would be with him right now if I wasn't doing this interview. Mm-hmm. So we do business together. We party together. We're together every day because for our relationship, I mean, we got together and in the later years of our lives. We weren't 20s, we weren't, and both of us didn't have any kids. So our situation is a little different for people who are coming, who are single now and already have ready-made families. We didn't have that. So we don't have that, that barrier to get over, and to work through. So for me, it has to be balanced because I'm with him 24/7, 7 days a week. We do business together. We do everything together. And so when I'm not with him, I definitely have to have my me time. Like I write, I read. I'm an avid reader, avid writer. I like to work out. I spend a lot of my time with my girlfriends too. Like I still make time with my girlfriends.
Beautiful.
So, but when he tells me he misses me, I reel it back in, boo boo. Like, when he's like, I missed you when you were gone. I'm like, okay, girls, it's time for me to sit
Okay.
because
Okay.
that's number one.
Absolutely, girl. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, how did it feel? Because I know you have, you've educated, you're a businesswoman, you all of that. How was it going from that independence to a housewife? Because you're a housewife right now, right? Okay.
Pretty much. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's talk about that just a little bit.
It's definitely a change. I wouldn't trade it. I enjoy my time,
I threw the pen across the
like I wouldn't trade it. I was a boss, chick, many moons ago, but I still am. But I look at it differently. When I first met him, it's so crazy because on the second date, he told me, and this is for every woman, it's not me versus you. It's me and you. So move over and let me help. Because I was so independent. When you're single for a long time, you're an educated woman, you lead with that. And that's a turnoff for men. So a lot of women who say we're boss bitches or boss chicks, boss babes, that is a turnoff for men because they're not trying to compete with you.
Right.
They're trying to have a relationship with you. You're not one of the boys, So it's like I had to really reel that in when I first met him because when he made that statement, that was so profound for me. I've never heard that before. Because somebody said that to me, just don't come into your life and be like, I'm trying to help you. They're like, what you bringing to the table? He didn't come at me like that. He didn't come to me with that. He was like, it's me and you, not me versus you. So move over and let me help.
Woo.
Girl, I'm telling you, I was just like, he was heaven sent from God. I'm like on a whole different level. And I was like, you know what? I'm here for it all. He taught me so much. I mean, I was all about my business. When I tell you I was an independent woman, I was all about my business, but bank account was good. Everything was good. But what I did not have that he taught me on our second date, when he said that, was how to invest that money. So it's just been a whirlwind. I mean, I honestly, I feel blessed, to be quite honest.
That's beautiful.
He's not perfect. I'm not perfect,
right.
But we're perfect together because we balance each other.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Y'all are perfect for each other, right? So what do you say to these women that have a problem, or let's speak on, because this has been a big topic with a lot of other podcasts and other people, just like discussions. What do you feel about a woman being submissive to her husband?
Oh, I'm all for it. I mean, I'm very spiritual, and I think that helps my relationship. It's all about order. A lot of us forget about order. You want to make sure that you find a man who's going to be a good leader that you can submit to. See, a lot of us are just looking to be married instead of really looking to marry the right person. Don't just jump into a relationship or jump into a marriage because you want the title. The title, it's nothing. It's the relationship. Because you have to make sure that thing's going to run. It's going to be well oiled. Like, it ain't easy. There's days you want to just flip out sometimes, because you're having a day or he's having a day and you're like, don't bring that day over here. But you have to be there to support each other. So I'm all for being submissive to my man. Why be with a person that you can't submit to? I mean, God says when a man finds a woman, he finds a good thing. You are the good thing.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that you continue to be that good thing. He needs you to be that peace. He needs you to be that good thing for him. So being submissive, cooking, cleaning, whatever his needs are, it's nothing. Like, it's not even a big deal. You got to eat too. Why not cook? I mean, don't you want a clean house? Why not clean it? I mean, I just don't get why it's so hard to be submissive. It's not like he's asking you to crawl on the floor and bark. Like, he's just wanting you to show some love and affection.
You chopping necks all the way.
I'm just saying, I'm like,
no, this is so needy, girl. My skin, like I'm having chills because this is so needed. Like what you're saying is gold. What
We
you're
have to
saying
we
is
have
gold.
to come out of this mindset of I'm independent. What you gonna do for me attitude. Men don't want that. It's what are you bringing to him? Are you bringing peace? Are you bringing your don't bring being a liability because he doesn't need that. He doesn't need another bill. He doesn't need another headache. He's going out there to get the bag, to bring it to you guys. So you have to be that one who's going to be there in support of that, whatever his need is. So that's what I don't understand. Why give a headache? I hear a lot of women talking about, are you going to buy me a purse? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? Like, you don't know what this guy's going to do. When I tell you that I had a business that I started when I first met him, he invested $7,000 into my business and barely even knew me. So you don't know what these men are going to do. When you put limitations on you're putting limitations on yourself. Like, you don't know what his intentions are. If you're talking about, I need this purse, I need this, and I need that, you only are doing this to impress another woman because men are not impressed by materialism. They don't care that you're rocking a Chanel bag. What's in that bag is what he cares about. And he's going to probably put something in that bag if you just be quiet and allow him to. I'm just saying, we lead with the wrong stuff. We lead with the wrong stuff. And that's why a lot of us are single. I had to learn. When I tell you I was a boss chick, I was a boss at my job. Like, if you can still be a boss, don't get me wrong, but be a boss between 8 and 5. You know, when you come home to your man, don't bring that boss chick there. It's not needed. He's the boss. He's the leader of the house. Be a leader at work all day. You can, say all you want to say at work. But when you come home, let him lead. That's what you got him for.
Child.
Isn't that why you got married? Because you want a leader?
Child, I don't even know what question. But I gotta stand up. I'm about to shout up in here. Girl, you are preaching, okay?
I mean, I
tell you something, baby. What you saying, like I said, is gold. The ladies need to hear this. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's really tough love, but it needs to be said. And I'm tired too, because I've heard everything. And one of my really, really good friends, she is the biggest boss you probably could even. Like, when I say she is the biggest boss, I went to her Christmas party and I saw how I know who she is at work, but when I saw her with her husband, I was like, whoa, honey, she was the most, what? With him, like, he ran her house. She didn't, like, she was so soft. And I said, this is so attractive. Like, I had to check myself, like, this is good.
And that's how it should be. Oh, see, we don't see that. We don't see that. Because we get a lot of our advice from women who are single. Like, quit listening to women who are single, because that's not good advice. You want to probably get advice from the source, which is the man. I mean, he's going to tell you what men want, or ask a married woman. She's going to tell you what it takes to be a married woman. And we all have different stories, but for the most part, we're all the same.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bible says a man is to lead. A lot of us want to be leaders, but that's why a lot of us are single, because we're being taught, be independent. Don't rely on a man. But then I hear women saying, I don't want to be the leader. I want help. You were there to be the helpmate. God said he sent us to be the helpmate, not to be the leader. So we just have to change our mentality, and we got to teach these younger generations about that too, because we're going down the wrong path. Generation after generation is getting worse. It is. And it's just sad because my Black women, I want all of us to be happy and to be in a relationship, but we have to be happy within ourselves first, because a lot of us feel like a person is their marriage or their husband is going to make them happy. We have to bring happiness first. And that's just an added bonus when we find somebody who's happy as well. And now we have happiness together. So it's just, we got to just change our mentality.
I love it. And how has marriage just changed your perspective of like love, commitment, you kind of touched on it, but I think it's so juicy. I just want you to I just need a little bit because you hitting it. Like you hitting it. And I just want you to just give me a little bit more because baby, they listening. I promise you.
I think what
notepads out, y'all. Get your notepads out. Q is giving y'all some free game, honey.
Look, Q with the Q tips, okay?
Oh, the Q tips. Get these Q tips.
You know what? Maybe I need to do that. That's an idea right there. Okay.
Oh, that's cute. Okay,
I love it. I love it. But I just think that TV has glamorized marriage because even for myself, I didn't realize what I was getting into. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wanted to be married, but marriage is work, and we don't even have kids. So I could just imagine if we had kids too. I mean, he can be my big kid sometimes, but yeah, I mean, people think that, oh, I'm going to get married and it's going to be peachy because they watch too much TV. And TV glamorizes marriage like, oh, it's always romantic. There is times where there's no romance. There's times when you are at each other's throats. There's times when you don't want to be bothered. You want to get a hotel room because you just got to be away from that person or you're going to kill them, Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we have to understand that, like I said earlier, you come from different backgrounds. And for us, we didn't have marriage counseling. Some people get marriage counseling. I touched on it. I talked about it. I was like, should we get marriage counseling? Mm-hmm. I mean, our relationship was great. He felt like we didn't need counseling, but I just assumed that that's what everybody does because I've never been married before. And he's been married before. So that may have helped in his sense of how to treat a woman. But he told me that he's always been good at that. So, but that was my first time. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm supposed to get marriage counseling. I'm supposed to all these steps. But yeah, we didn't have marriage counseling. So for some people, if it is a rocky relationship, I advise it. But for us, we didn't really have that issue. And plus, we had a lot of time before we got married, too.
Gotcha.
Correct anything that we needed to correct. Mm-hmm. So, but I would just say for those who do want to get married, don't go talk to some married people. Don't go into it thinking that it's all peachy because it's work. It's a job. Because you're taking care of somebody and somebody's taking care of you and you just have different opinions about everything. And we're literally like yin and yang, day and night. Like we balance each other. I'm like, I think this way, he thinks totally this way. And so we cover everything in the middle. And that's how it should be.
Love it.
And that's how a relationship is. So when people say, opposites don't attract or opposites attract, but they don't stay. Well, we're definitely opposite because I felt like that. I was like, yeah, opposites attract, but they don't last. They don't work out, but they do. Because when you think about it, if you're so different, that means you got all this ground to cover in the middle that you got covered because you guys don't think the same. So I think that people need to think about that too when they're looking for a mate and realize that in a marriage too. So when you're ready to run because things are not working out, you got to realize like what got you there in the first place. Think about all those things that are needed that, that you guys cover. Because when you leave and you're trying to get somebody who's just like you, well, now you got all this other area that's not being covered anymore. Mm-hmm. So you're not thinking about because you want somebody who's just like you. So, I mean, you got to think about that too when you're wanting to get married. But talk to somebody who's married before you be wanting to get that title because it's more than just a title.
Yep. It sure is. It sure is. And this is my last. I just out of curiosity, did you come from a 2-parent home or a single?
I did come from a 2-parent home.
And what about him?
Yeah, his parents would still be together if his father didn't pass away, but my parents did divorce.
Wow. Okay.
But they were.
Do you think that plays into knowing how to be married, or do you think you just kind of just did your own thing?
I did my own thing because my parents, though they were married, it wasn't a healthy marriage.
Gotcha.
So his parents had a healthy marriage. My parents wasn't healthy. So even though you're together, your kids still will see that that's not a great example. So don't really do it for the kids if it's not, if it's not a good marriage, if it's not a good example, So I didn't have a good example, put it like that. They were together, but it was a lot of arguments there. But but it showed me, it was an example to show me that this is what I don't want and how to do better when I get married. So now they're married, my mother's remarried. And so her new relationship is better, but it did give me an example. So I won't say it was all bad because I learned from it. But yeah, I would say just because you're in a house with two parents does not mean that you're going to be this perfect person in a relationship.
Right. So lastly, because girl, I cannot wait. What is the one thing that you can say is the best thing about being married?
You have somebody that you get to spend the rest of your life with. You have a person that like I said, we party together, we do everything together. Like you have somebody that you don't have to go looking around for a date. It's there. You have a built-in date for the rest of your life. Like when I tell you, like I said, we do everything together. So he's my beneficiary. Like we hide nothing. We do everything together. Like transparency, I want to say transparency is big. Like a lot of people get into relationships and they sneak and they hide and they want to, not tell everything that's going on with them because they're still trying to keep somebody in the background.
Yeah.
When I tell you, we have multiple bank accounts, we got business accounts together, we got bank accounts together. Like we have an account where we do all of our bills from. So we share that account, but we also have separate accounts. But when I tell you we're on those separate accounts too, because he's my beneficiary, we hide nothing. So yeah, I got my own account. I do whatever I want to do, but he's on it. I'm on his, because at the end of the day, if something ever happens to me, he's my beneficiary. Do what you got to do. Like I don't hide, like I said, from day one, he's been putting money in my bank account. So, I don't hide nothing. I'd be like, baby, you see what I got in my account, okay? Like, I want you to see what I got in my account. Like, go ahead and get on my accounts, So having separate accounts, I'm not, if that's what works for you, great. But I don't hide anything. Transparency is a must in a relationship. Like, there's no need to hide. Why get married? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, why even get in a relationship for that part? Like, if you're going to be so secretive about everything, just stay single and live your best life.
Let me tell you something, Kira, baby.
I just look at it like that. I'm like, some stuff I just don't understand for some people.
Girl, baby, let me just say this, child. You came and told the people what they needed to hear. Okay?
I just want the world to be a better place,
I love it. And it's all about empowering us, empowering our people, our culture. Yes, I'm for everybody. I love everybody. Everybody is everybody. But I just really want, and this is one reason why I did this. I wanted people to see that Black love, that it still exists. It's still out there. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
And just make sure you're good and you're going to attract that right person. So I love you because, baby, you. I cannot wait to rewatch this, baby. You said it all. Okay.
I just want everybody to, I just really want our culture to really make some changes. We got to change our mindset. We got to prepare the future for a brighter future, because right now we're all miserable, and I don't feel like we need to be that way.
No.
There's love for everybody. We just got to change who we are. We have social media, to me, has really hurt a lot of us too.
Oh yeah.
Because everybody's looking at what everybody's doing. Like, I don't really broadcast my relationship. It's great, but it's not for everybody to know. It's just for me. Just like you have a personal relationship with God, it's not a group relationship. It's a personal relationship. So my relationship is personal. So I don't really have to broadcast it. And so I feel like social media is broadcasting too much, and people are thinking that everything is just so peachy, and they're losing a sense of, reality. Like, a lot of women has lost reality, because I see a lot of women, like, for instance, I don't want to hold you, but
no, baby, come on.
Okay.
This is it for me today.
Okay, great. Because I got one more thing to say.
Go, honey, go.
I saw this video of this girl, and she was telling other girls, or young ladies and women, to put on makeup. She said, you're not going to get a man not wearing makeup. So if you don't know how to wear makeup, get a tutorial, learn how to wear makeup. But when I tell you that every man I dated does not require makeup, does not even like makeup. So I think what we're doing is we're putting out incorrect information. Like men, for the most part that I know, don't like makeup. So we have to get this sense that we're listening to other women who's guiding us in the wrong direction. Like, have discernment. Make sure you're getting information from the right people. Don't listen to everybody.
Right.
And if you're not sure, pray on it. Because when I tell you, I could not believe what I was hearing. I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, women, makeup is not required for men. They hate it, to be quite honest. So don't feel like you have to wear makeup, because most men want natural women.
And I
Because
agree.
you're hiding something. When you're putting on makeup, you're hiding something. Yeah, it's cute to wear makeup here and there, but don't feel like it's required.
I know a lot of guys that always say, I love to meet a girl in the grocery store with a baseball hat, no makeup. I've heard that so many times. So I have a lot
And that's so
of friends,
true.
and they're like, I want to see her with a ponytail pulled back, like nothing. I've
Yes.
heard that so many times. So yes, social media is playing on. It's making a lot of our young girls insecure.
Yes.
It's just maximizing this false narrative of what a woman is. It's crazy.
Right.
And
It's
that's why,
crazy.
that is one reason why I wanted to do Clock In with Lynn, because I'm like, I was listening to stuff and I said, that's all wrong.
All wrong.
No, we gonna talk about the real stuff. Y'all can be out there and be playful all y'all want, but this is crazy to me. And thank God I don't have no kids. I'd probably be crazy right now because the internet is raising the kids. Like, I don't know how I can handle this as a parent.
Girl.
Because I see it so much, and it's so sad. It's so sad. We used to just have like Vogue magazines here and there, but I wasn't tripping on that, girl. I like my little curves. But they're seeing all kind of stuff now.
Yes.
You know, so it's really crazy. So I am just so thankful and so grateful that you came on here and baby, spit that knowledge, child, because the world needs to hear it. And they desperately need to hear it.
Yes. And one more thing, you know what, Lynn? One more thing. I'm so sorry.
No, but I told you, I don't have no, baby.
I don't want the viewers to be like, okay, y'all are, you know.
We clocked in with Lynn, baby. We clocked in with Lynn.
Okay.
No,
okay.
Oh, bring it on. Bring it on. You're, like I said, you're my last guest. Come in, bring it on.
Okay. So hold on, let me get comfortable. Okay. Because one more thing. We have to get this idea of, you know, I want a man that makes 6 figures or more. I hear that a lot. And though I made over 6 figures, you know, I didn't require it per se, because I know that a lot of men don't make 6 figures. The average man probably makes 50,000 or less a year. So you're not going to get the pool is not big, is what I'm saying, of men making over 6 figures. So as a woman, you have to understand that and not go in it like, I need a 6-figure man. I need a high value man, because they're few far in between. Mm-hmm. So either you're going to be single for the rest of your life, or you're going to realize and come to a compromise and be like, my man does not make 6 figures, but I'm going to help him get there. And we're going to make 6 figures or more together.
Mm-hmm. I was just about to say that. And they have to have the mindset to want to make some money, because you don't want nobody that don't make 6.
Yes, so you can push him.
I attract people that are already doing what they're supposed to do. But I'll say this to the young girls. If he's not making it, you got to make sure that he has the mindset and he wants to have more and do more. It don't matter what he's making. So that is absolutely true. He has to want to listen or whatever. Let's have a plan. Let's sit down and let's say, what is our plan? What is our 2-year plan, 3-year plan? Like, I need somebody to sit down with a plan. If you don't have no plan and you just walking around in circles, you can't lead me if you ain't going nowhere.
Exactly.
You know
Exactly.
So that is absolutely true, because some of the biggest bosses started off like that. Like, they were like, even what's his name? Jeff Bezos. Him and his girl, like, they were in college and came up with Amazon.
Exactly. You don't know what he's going to do, but with you pushing him,
they
you're on his side,
and whatever, it happened how it happened. So yes, but Jeff had the mindset that he knew, I want to do more. I want to have more. Let's go.
Exactly.
Let's go there. So yeah, that's way more than of what your little account, or whatever you're making a year. You got to have that mindset, because some people make $100,000 and don't got a pot to piss in, because they could be gamblers, they could be bad with money, don't know how to manage money, credit bad. So you have to really just make smart choices. Find someone that you know is solid, that you like, this man wants to go somewhere, he's going to lead me in the right direction. So yes, honey, yes, that's absolutely 100% facts.
Right. Definitely. And then one thing too, I keep saying one more thing, but it's coming to me as I talk.
Oh,
this is the most important thing that I want to say, because a lot of us forget. Like I said, I found my man at 36. And that's pretty old when you think about it, for a woman to want to get married. But what I want to say is that a lot of us, my age, older, if you're in your 20s, it's a different story. But when you're 30 and older, you have to realize that now, every year, some girl is coming out of high school and she's in the pool of women who want to be married. So you're competing with 18 to whatever age group you're looking in to be in it, 60, whatever it is. The pool gets bigger and bigger every year. So while you're over here with all these standards, over here with all this, he got to be this and he got to do that, you are pushing yourself further and further behind. Because for a man, they can get a woman of any age, 18 and older, while our pool, our blue book value goes down and our pool gets smaller and smaller, because not too many men want a woman their age or older. They go younger. And so I just think that women need to put that in consideration, because you are competing with thousands and millions of women. And every year the pool gets bigger and bigger, because 18, they coming out of high school, they're grown. They can compete with the men that you want. So you have to take that into consideration while we have this long list of what we want in a man. Because when I tell you that what I wanted in my man, a couple things I didn't get. Okay, because I want that 6-pack. Did I get that 6-pack? No. So I'm telling you, be open, okay? I'm still working on that 6-pack, but I didn't get it up front. Oh my God. Put the list down, okay? Or you will be single.
Put the list down. You got that list that have you so single, honey, that silence get loud. You be in that house by yourself and that silence be like,
girl,
loud.
Okay? It's loud. Okay.
It's loud. Yes, honey. I do not want to be sitting on the porch rocking by myself. I don't want to do it.
With the cat, okay?
Girl said she didn't get a 6-pack.
And I am happy with the extra fluff, okay?
You are too funny. So, anything else you want to say about these marriages? Anything else you want to teach these young women, honey?
Girl, there's so much, but I'll leave it at that, because it's a lot to digest. But marriage is wonderful too. I do want to make that very clear. It's a beautiful thing when you find the right person. Don't just jump in it for the title. Don't just jump in it because you want to be married. Just make sure he's the right one.
Right.
Because it's supposed to be a lifetime thing. It's not supposed to, I'm getting married and we're going to divorce because you didn't work out. It's supposed to be a lifetime thing. So I'm just saying.
Yes, girl. Oh my God. Absolutely. It's supposed to be lifetime. I know. Yes. And let me just say this. I'm a divorcee, and I can say this. Marriage is wonderful. Like, I could still be married if I wanted to be married. I divorced my husband back in 2017. If he was still here in the States, we probably would still be married, but he's not. But I can just say this, the union of being married is amazing. Knowing that you have your person, knowing that I can tell him when I'm mad or sad about something, when I'm excited about something, just someone that you trust and have your back. There's nothing like that feeling. So marriage is beautiful. Marriage is wonderful. I know I'm going to do it again. And that's why I decided to do this, have this platform, because I want to even help with those women out there to let them know the life lessons that I have, like that I can share, and the things that I experienced. And so, they won't make those same mistakes, or, just to help other women out, because I believe in love. Love is not dead. I'm not playing those games with anybody else out here talking about, it's a war. It's not a war. It's not a war.
That's a problem with a lot of us. We
Yeah,
think
it's not a war at all. So I'm not even finna buy into that. I'm not finna even like entertain that, because it's not. And I know love is there.
Yes.
And so, yes, I appreciate you for sharing your experience. Baby, you dropped them gems today. I hope y'all had y'all notepads out, because baby, she got to it. Honey, Q got to it, baby. You saw me writing over here. I said, hold on now. Let me write. Yes, girl, it was so good. I appreciate you. I thank you so much for coming on here. Like I said, sharing your experience. I appreciate you. I wish you all the best, you and your husband.
Thank you.
See you guys. I see y'all love. I see how much he adores you. I see how much you adore him. I love you guys.
And I love you
too. So have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I love you, babe.
Okay, love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.